Okay, I should be live almost. Just wait a sec. I'll be right there. Hello, hi everyone. Hello, hello. This is Isaya, and welcome to the How to Get Your Socials Ready for Business Masterclass. Welcome, welcome. So I'm going to wait a few minutes to make sure that anyone who wants to be here live can be here live. So I'm just going to wait a little bit for that to happen. So I'm going to share on my Facebook page that I am live in this group so that anyone in the groups of anyone wants to join, sorry, they can. Okay, and I know that there are many things happening at this time, so I'm fully prepared to have some of you join me on the replay only, which is fine. But in the meantime, let me just announce that I'm live. Okay, so yeah, no, I'm still waiting for a few people to join me and see who's coming and see what's going to happen. And that's fine. Hopefully, I won't do this alone because it's easier if I can have your questions. But, you know, if I do this alone and you watch this on replay, that's fine. So how's this going to go? Well, I'm going to be talking for 45 minutes to an hour about social media and how to get your socials ready for business. So it's kind of a big topic and big subject. And it might be, in fact, too big for the hour that I have given myself. So we'll see how we go. In the end of this masterclass, I will be talking about an awesome offer that I have, an incredible program that me and my bestie, Chris Wallace, put together. So if you want to stay for that, you can stay for that. If you're complete with this free masterclass, you are complete. And I will tell you when I'll start the promotion bit so that you can leave if you wish to. So yeah, I'm going to wait another minute because I don't see anyone joining me here for now, which is, again, fine. And we'll see how we go. So yeah, not starting yet, waiting a little bit more to see who joins, and if you're here live and you can see me and hear me all right, can you please comment and tell me so that you can see me and hear me all right? And I will start in just a few seconds the official masterclass. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. It's kind of a first for me to be actually talking about tech and how to organize the tech for your business. But I'm really excited because it's things that I've been doing for years, helping my clients with. And so this is it. I'm now sharing with the world. So hello world. And I'm going to start now. So welcome, I'm Isaya, and this is the masterclass, the free masterclass on how to get your socials ready for business. So hi Luna. So if you're watching me live, you can see the little icon there. Sorry, I'm going to try this. Thanks, Luna. Thank you very much. So you can see the little icon there. And if you're not, well, you're on the replay, which means that's fine, but which means that you cannot ask questions that I will answer. So if you do have questions and you're on the replay, please just, DM me or comment, hashtag me a little replay so that I can know and go and have a look at your comments to know if I can help you. So the first thing that I'm going to discuss is why. Why, first of all, what do I mean by how to get your socials ready for business? Before we even go into the why, the question that comes immediately to my mind is this question. What are you doing online. If you are trying to have an online business, or if you are succeeding into having an online business, you need, and I'm not, I'm not even going to go into the whole argument with, do you need your social media? Yes, you do. I strongly believe that people who say that they have a successful online business without being on social media with it are liars. They were on social media, and now they're not anymore, but they were. And if you start, I believe that the easier, fastest, cheaper way to start is to start on social media. So what do I mean? Get your socials ready. Well, you have to make a decision, you see, that you're going to be using your social media as a business asset. And there's a trick to that, obviously, because social media do not belong to you, right? You can have a website, which is yours, and you can create anything you want in there, but social media, it do not belong to you. You just have it's like a rented apartment in various socials, but still it's kind of, you can make those a business asset. And that means that your social media presence becomes like a visibility place, like a storefront. Like if you were living if you were having an offline business, you would have a storefront, right? And you would maybe advertise in newspapers. And so that would be your visibility. Now, online, your visibility is social media, and it's always going to be, to start with. So the good idea is to create a social media global appearance that is going to be serving your business. Not only that is going, that you want it to be better than that. You want it to be really serving you. And so it's kind of a decision that you have to make, that socials are now going to be for business and not for friendships and families and sharing funny little memes. Although you can, but we'll see later on that there are kind of unspoken rules around using social media for both business and sharing little funny memes. Both can be done, but I believe that the first part is literally sharing this, organizing this idea that social media is for business. Once you've made this decision, you can proceed to the next step, which is, okay, what social media? So let me just sorry, I'm having a tech problem here. And sorry. Yeah, I am. Sorry again. Yeah, so once we've discussed why, so we have, now the question is which one? What social media are we talking about? So there are many social media networks, like many. Obviously, the first decision you need to make is take a breather. No, you are not going to be spending your days sharing on all of them. Even the most important ones would be Facebook, and then in Facebook you have 3 types. You have profile, page, group, 4 types, and story. Then you have Instagram, again 2 types, post and story, and reels. Sorry, I forgot reels, and lives. Oh gosh, so many. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to write everything down so that I remember it for. So yeah, and lives. Then you have Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, which can be really considered as a social network, LinkedIn, TikTok, Reddit, Snapchat, etc. And many others, which I don't know, maybe because I don't even practice all of them. So the first question, plus of course there's your own places, the ones that are specific to your business. So I for instance, I am on Insight Timer, which is a kind of a social media to share meditations, recorded meditations. I am on Spotify because I'm a music buff. I have a podcast, so I'm in a specific podcast social media, your website, obviously, and your blog. So all these are way too many for one person. And I guess if you're starting your business, you are a one-person business for now. That's fine to be one person. You just have to remember that you don't need to die while trying to put your business up. And you don't need to be posting on all those social media every day, 25 times on each of them. What I would recommend is choose one, maximum two, that you're going to focus. So if you're having, for instance, if you're B2B, if you're selling to business, then you need a LinkedIn presence. If you're like me and you're a very visual person, you might want to pick Instagram. You like sharing pictures, videos, maybe Instagram is a good place for you. If you don't exactly know, pick Facebook, wider audience at this minute. Now, if you know that you are in some, for instance, all crafts area, very, very well represented in Pinterest. If you're going to be doing vlogs or videos, pick YouTube, etc., etc. If you love little tiny funny videos, pick TikTok. Why not? Pick two, and then breathe. For all the rest of them, I would recommend, at least the ones that you think that might hide some of your audience, I would recommend to go and open an account under your same name, and so that you exist, and write one post or one thing that says, hey, yes, this is me, you found me, but this is not where I live on Facebook, or I live on YouTube, and then post a link to your YouTube or Facebook account. So there is one post that says, yes, me, I am, that's right, it's me, it's my business, but I'm not here. It's like an answering machine, right? Hi, Chris. So this is what my recommendation would be, because if you try to post on every place, you're just going to drive yourself crazy. You know, my opinion. Now, how? And this is the big thing, right? How do you get your socials ready for business? Well, the first thing is considering how they look like. And I'm going to be using mine very soon. I'm going to share my screen to show you using mine how I do social media. Not that it's perfect, not that I'm an expert. I don't have a degree. I'm not selling a program on how to do that. It's just my experience. I've been on social media for quite a while now. I was there when no one was, basically. I must have been into the first 1,000 people who joined Facebook way back in the day. And I've been playing with those social media, with most of them, for quite a long time. And I've been listening to other people. And so I'm sharing this experience with you. Don't take my word for it. This is just my way of doing it. It works, but it's not the only way. It's never the only way. So the first thing that I would recommend is looking at your branding, because what happens is, as I was saying earlier on, you do not own social media. You do not own your profile. So the general aspect of your page is not of your choice, right? It's chosen by Facebook or Instagram or whoever, basically. I'm going to share my screen and start showing you a little bit what I mean. So I'm trying to get ready before sharing my screen, that I share something that is actually relevant and not not just oh, I forgot to push record. Okay, hopefully Facebook is recording that. Well, tough now. Okay, what did I want to do? Share my screen. Sorry, I got confused here. Come on. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, so here we are. So this is my Facebook pro page. So what I mean by I don't own the design, right? I don't choose the size of this banner. I don't choose the color of these letters. I don't choose the color of this button. I don't choose anything. What I can choose, though, is my branding. So if I want to be recognizable, if I want people to be able to find me all over the place, it's a good idea to have a branding that would be really visually powerful, so that you can actually recognize me when you see me here, or when you see me, for instance, there. Let me share another page of mine. Just a minute, sorry. Here we go. Oh, come on. So this is a different, this is my Facebook group. And you can see maybe from here to there that there is some similarity, and that I've been literally, working a lot on it. Here's my Instagram account, which doesn't show. My Pinterest account has the same branding. And my Twitter account. This is my Pinterest account. Again, same idea. This is my YouTube account, same graphics. So the first place I would recommend for you to go is Canva. Canva is an amazing platform. It's free. There is a paying version. If you're interested in that paying version, contact me, because there is a trick. But there's a free version. And the free version also includes this amazing page that I'm going to link in the comments if you want, which is a palette page. So my recommendation to go for an easy way to find a branding color that suits you. This is how this works. You upload an image, or I'm going to try here with a demo image, but you upload an image that you love. So basically choose something that really talks to your heart, that is relevant for your business, that the colors and that the subject is relevant to your business. Like I try with a demo image. So let's say it's this daisy here that is your demo image. And here you go. You have 4 colors that are your branding. And you always, this tool is really nicely made. You always have a dark one that you can use for text, a very kind of colored one that you can use for highlights, a transparent one or pastel one that you can use for backgrounds and things like that. So here's another one. You see, again, I'm going to try it a few times so you can have a look. This is for bees. Okay, if you like this picture, it talks to you. Here you have a brand, a ready-made branding without being a professional, without spending too much time on it. It doesn't mean that it's going to be a branding forever, but it's a start, right? What I actually did, if you check my profile, is this picture that it has the back here, that you can see here, is the actual, sorry, not here, obviously, here, is the one that I used into the Canva palette tool. And so there comes my branding from. And I did more than that, since I actually used the picture itself on my branding. So let me share here we go. Oh, it's a very long link, but anyway, this is the link to the palette thing. It should be working. If it doesn't, for some reason, just, shoot me a DM or ask me another comment. And no, it works. It works. So that's my first tip. It's brand everything and make it bold. Make a bold statement on social media, on the top of every social media. Show something that says, hey, this is me. And make it, as you have seen, coherent, but we'll get to that soon. Now, as I was saying, if you're interested in Canva, which can do so many more things, I actually have an affiliate link. So if you're interested in the paying version of Canva, again, shoot me a link, shoot me a DM, and I will send you my affiliate link. but I'm not here to talk about Canva. I just wanted to give you an idea of how you can, with some basic branding and easy done branding, you don't have to pay anyone, you can create a coherent, recognizable presence on social media. You know, every time somebody will see this picture now, hopefully, hopefully, they'll think, oh, that's Isaya. Here comes Isaya again with her loud galaxy picture, right? So, which is exactly what I want. I want people to recognize me. Now, other tips that I would recommend is, so what else you can see when you look on mine is, I have one bio or a short bio, this thing here. It says magicopragmatic inspiration mentor and tech coach, goddess teacher, traveling priestess, sacred retreats facilitator. That is my job definition. I know it's a long one, but you know, I am the too much woman. So now this thing is going to appear everywhere. So it's going to appear here in the about section of my group. It's going to appear here. This is Instagram. So obviously, again, it's right here. It's going to appear on my Twitter bio here. Again, there it is. And then on my Pinterest bio, again, there it is. Obviously on my YouTube channel as well. So one bio or short job definition, repeating it everywhere. You will see it. Oh, and I forgot to mention that. Obviously, this is also supposed to happen on your personal profile, right? Facebook supposedly does not like people sharing business stuff on their personal profiles. It has been my experience that basically, as long as there is a professional page as well, and you don't share only your business on your personal page, I've had no problems for the last 5 years. So I recommend doing it, basically. You know, the worst that can happen, I don't know anyone who's had real problems with that. So I would recommend doing it. And again, you will find my bio here, and we'll discuss that later also. Now, you might wonder, oh, but Isaya said that the cover photos should be, or the banner photo should be the same one. And here is something different. Yes, you are allowed, like me, to have a temporary one. So, sorry, I should not be changing. Where am I now? To have a temporary one. So if I go here, you will see that, as a matter of fact, my traditional one, which I'm going to put back for you just right now, this is a temporary one because I am participating in this conversation around gender-based violence these days, but otherwise, this is it. And I'm going to leave it for now for the demonstration, and I'll put back the temporary one when I'm finished discussing that. So now again, here you go, same picture, same branding. Now my face, again, there's only 2 pictures of me, this one and that one. And I'm trying to, even 2, I should have 1, but basically the black and white one is a new one, which I like very much. So I'm adding it now. But basically, I recommend having as little pictures as possible. And also, don't hide yourself under your picture of your dogs or your children or even an avatar. You know, if you're here for business, people are going to buy from you if they trust you, right? And they will trust you only if they know who you are. So what we're trying to do here is establish trust, establish the idea that you are trustworthy, show your face, for heaven's sake, and make it recognizable. So don't go for 20 photos of yourself, just pick a couple and stick to them. And, you know, get okay with the idea that people are going to see your face, because if you're going to be running a business, yeah, your face is going to exist. I'm not really a person that is really in love with my face, but I just, you know, I got acquainted with it, and I know that this is what people want to see and want to trust. So yeah, it's basically I don't have a choice. So as I was saying, coherent, one picture, one branding, one bio, one photo, similar graphics, a similar sense of identity on your social media will do a lot, really a lot for helping you to stand out and to be remembered as the person who has a business and is selling this or that thing, you know, whatever you are, a coach or spiritual worker or a light bringer. That's most of the people I work with, but, you know, it can be anyone. Basically, make sure that you establish this visual identity of your face, your graphics, your bio, that can be found all over the place. It's really, I can't emphasize that enough, that one of the things that, and mostly for visual people and graphics, graphic lovers, I know the tendency, I know the tendency to, oh, I'll make a nice little banner here and a different banner there and a beautiful picture of me here and a different picture of me there. But then at the end of it, you're in so many places that there is no way you can make an impact and people will not remember you. So, you know, for me, there's another thing that I like to do a lot. Let me show you this. Yeah. So one of the things that I do is I have these moons here. I have a moon cycle over my head because this is one of the things that I do. I work with the moon cycles. And so I'm trying to always kind of help people remember, oh, that's Isaiah, the one who worked with the moon, you know. At some point I had something that said TMW, too much woman, over my, like a necklace. It was a fake necklace, but on the picture it showed TMW. So I thought, okay. And so it's really important to be as rememberable, you know, as possible. And that is done with graphics and similar images and similar bios, right? I'm going to show you again, you know. And obviously these are the same graphics that I will use on my internet site, on my website, you know, because why should I complicate my life? Right? So now the next bit is even trickier because this can be, up to a certain extent, all this could be done for you, right? You can have a conversation with someone, with a professional like me, and get some help on that. Now, the next bit is it's tricky. The next bit is the audience bit, because to get your socials ready for business, what you need is an audience. Because who are you talking to, right? If talking to your 5 friends and family members who love you to bits, but are in no way ever going to be buying from you, basically, what the heck are you doing? You know, it's not important then, you know, it has to go further than that. So the one step that you can take, I mean, like today, is create an audience for yourself. Make friends every day. Befriend people on Facebook every day. I do that every day, every morning. I go and check, and usually what I do is I will pick people that we have common friends. I can go and have a look who they are, you know, if they feel like a match, I'll ask for friendships. Not everybody says yes, but some do. Then when you have friends, invite them into your group. If you have a group, a Facebook group, invite them to like your page, invite them to follow your page, which is a different thing now for some reason. Why is Facebook making it complicated for us? I never understand. But anyway, so invite people to like you and follow you and basically to become your audience. You know, because we need way more than our little circle of friends and family. We need the friends of our friends and the friends of their friends, right? And then we start having an audience. It is said that to earn a decent living, which I think was 5K a month, you need around 2,000 regular customers. So out of your Facebook friends, like me, you might know that we're allowed only 5,000 anyway. How many are going to be customers? Not all of them. But if you only have 500 friends, there's no way, right? And I'm not talking about creating fake following. I would not recommend buying friends. You know, I know it's done, but mostly for Instagram, but I would not recommend it. I would recommend making friends with people and getting to know them at least a little bit and getting them to know you. So literally sharing stuff that would provoke a reaction from those people you have just befriended or you have befriended years ago. But if you never tend to increase your audience, if you don't do an action that will increase your audience, what it won't. And it's a thing that you should be doing all the time, every day, either this or that. Then you can also remind your people to follow you, to like, to comment. You know, at the end of every video you do on YouTube, or if you go and watch videos on YouTube, every video, everyone will say, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, give us a thumbs up, you know, whatever. So remind your people to do that because they won't otherwise. And if you want to be in a position where you at some point come on the internet and make an offer, you need to have an audience. So create this audience, right? And this is a job. It's a daily job, basically. It's an everyday job. And I know it might sound tedious, but you can also consider it's fun. And remember, it's free, right? So for now, I guess if you're starting your business, or if you're in the beginning phase, you have more time than you have money. So that's a good way to do it. Now, there is also some people use DMs, so direct messaging in Messenger mostly, to increase their audience. I'm not really neither familiar nor really inclined to. I feel like there's a slight sleazy smell to it for me most of the time, because it seems like there are people, as soon as they become your friends, they send you an offer through a DM, which to me is like, hey, just wait a minute, like, you know. But I know that other people who use DMs to actually send offers to very selected people that have expressed interest before. That might be a good idea too. So whatever you want to do, whatever is good for you, make audience building a major issue. You know, you can, you need more audience. You don't need clients for now, but you need a little more audience every day, so that, you know, you have a group, a tribe that are ready to get interested in what you're going to share, basically, right? So before we go into what you post, so we've discussed the coherence, but we also need, I'm going to share my my screen again. Sorry, there's a lot of things popping out that I don't want you to read, basically. So here's my Facebook profile, and you've got it. You understood by now. I am mostly a Facebook girl. I do work on Instagram and Pinterest as well. And I have a YouTube channel, which, oops, sorry. I have a YouTube channel that is increasingly interesting to me. And so I might work on that, but I'm basically a Facebook girl. So what you can do, and what you should be doing, is work on every place available, right? Because again, you're not choosing your everything, because all this belongs to Mr. Facebook, but there are things that you can do. Can you see this? Click here for more info. What happens if I click? it will open a description for the picture. And this description can actually be very long, like this one is. And it can be a place to remember, to remind people who you are, what you do. You can add links, you know. You can send them to your Facebook group. You can send them to your website. There is so many things that you can do in this description that most people don't remember using that, but it's, you know, it's a very nice place. And the same goes for every banner on Facebook. Oh, sorry. So here, oh, come on. Again, click here for more. And oh, it's not. I erased it and I didn't put the new one on, but I should. I should here have a description. I know what I'm doing tomorrow morning. I guess the group one has one too. Let me see. I hope I did my homework. Yes, here it is. So here is the description of the group, right? It's there as well. You can even hashtag. In fact, this should be on my Facebook page, which it isn't. Now, if I go back to my Facebook profile, you can see here that you have a few lines, not many characters. There's enough to add my website, which for me is the basic place where I want people to go and find me, because everything is on my website. So if you can, do that. And then there's a small description. Now, again, all this intro here, it should be full. It should be like mine with everything. Website, Pinterest. And here, living a goddess life group. The first thing is my group, because I want people to go there. It says I'm a life coach and at is my page. So they can go immediately to my page, right? So everything has to lead to everything, you know, links to everything all over the place, as many as you can. Again, here, the about of my professional page has everything. Email, Instagram, you name it, right? Same in my group. The about of the group has everything about the group. And at the end, there is a link to, sorry, you can't see it for some reason. There we go. There's a link to my online programs. There's a link to my podcast. So everything is filled, basically. This is my Instagram profile. And you might know of a little software called Linktree, which authorizes you, because in Instagram, you're only allowed to have one link on your bio, which is annoying. So to counteract that, there's a small software called Linktree. And sorry, I'm trying to check if anyone has comments. No, sorry. Here, I was here, sorry. So you can use that, or you can do just like I did. So this is actually a page from my own website in which I have all the links to everything regarding me. So here are all the links to find me, and there's everything, right? So instead of having one link here, I have one link that leads to all the links. For the Lord of the Rings fans, one ring to rule them all, one link to link them all. So on Twitter, same thing. Please put your website. They give you the opportunity. Please put it in. Although I'm not a Twitter person, as you see. Pinterest is the same. As much as you can. Here's my website. Here's my Insta handle. So anything that we can have. Of course, my YouTube channel has my website, my Facebook page, my Facebook profile, and my Insta profile, right? And here in the description, there is my bio, which, if I'm not mistaken, sorry, you're going to have the sound this. I don't want this. No. Yeah, at the end of my description here are all the links again, right? Plus the hashtags. Well, that's another trick. If you have, if it makes you laugh, you can create a hashtag for yourself. I actually did a few because I think it's funny. I love doing that, so I do, but you don't have to, right? So if you can, then you stick it everywhere. Stick it on Facebook, stick it on Instagram. Let me see. Yeah, so here's one of my Insta posts, and here you have the hashtags that I created. And I don't really care, you know, I don't go and look at them, but I know that if somebody's looking for a post of mine, they can just hashtag isayaistoomuch and everything will come out, which is awesome, you know. So I know that I am stalkable. I want to be stalkable. That's why I'm on social media. I want people to find me. I don't want to be hiding, right? We don't want to be hiding on social media. We want to be visible because that's where we intend to have an audience and then maybe have clients out of it. Not maybe, we do. So so it's really a question of not yeah, hashtag Chris loves donuts. Exactly. It's really a question of daring to be so visible. And I know there's a mindset thing, right? About, oh my God, how much time can I spend talking about myself and showing myself and pictures and repeating myself? Breathe and remember how many things you read in 10 minutes of scrolling. Well, you know, if you want to be there and be remembered, you have to be consistent and coherent and repeat yourself everything. So again, you want to be stalkable, sorry. You want your short bios to be, or your job description to be memorable, even if it sounds, you know, like a little megalomaniac, that's fine. Nobody cares. But people will remember me if I define myself as a magical pragmatic coach, or as a goddess teacher, or as a too much woman. People won't remember me if I define myself as I'm a coach who helps women who need more self-confidence. Like, how many are there on the internet today? Women who define themselves, their profession like this. Obviously, it's going to be really difficult to stand out. So I dare you, find a job description that is memorable, find a hashtag that is memorable, and stick it everywhere. Now, of course, once you've prepped all your social media, you know, like the banners are good, the titles are good, the bios are good, everything is perfect, or, you know, close to perfect. As you've seen, I forgot to put the description in my page, Facebook pro page. So, you know, once you've done that, then we have the very nice question of posting, right? Because if you don't post, you can have the nicest banners and the nicest bios. Nobody's going to see them because nobody will come there because you won't post. So you need to be posting. And again, first thing that you need to remember is what you post, content. So breathe and remember, people need to see who you are and what you're doing, right? Because this is what social medias are for. So who you are, you can share anything that is of you, that talks to your heart. I personally have made a decision to not share my kids. And you will not find any pictures of my children on social media that I've put on. They are on social media and you guys don't know who they are. And I'm so happy about that. I do not want them to be defined by what I do. So I made a decision that they're never going to appear in my profile, on my socials. That's my personal decision. I have no, I'm not lecturing anyone. That's what I choose to do. Now, I'm not an animal lover, so you won't see, it's not that I hate animals, but I'm not, you know, I'm not a real animal person. So I will not share cat memes and little cutie dogs. If that's your thing, absolutely do so. Just remember a sane, healthy proportion. If your social media is designed for business, but all you post is cats, dogs, and your children, how are people supposed to know what you do, what you offer, and what you stand for? Because this is it. It has to be both human, as in, we are not robots. So yes, I will share fun stuff and I will share music. I'll share music because music is my thing. Music talks to my heart, and it doesn't have really any connection with my work, but it defines me. Like some people would be defined by their cat photos or dogs photos. So that's fine. But I can't be sharing music all day long and then hoping that people will understand by some crazy magic that I'm a coach and a mentor and that I sell meditations and tech packages, right? So I need to have a balance between what I would call personal posts or defining posts and promo or stories that are directly marketing, direct marketing. When I'm saying direct marketing, it doesn't mean that your posts should all turn into, hey, I've got this thing, buy here, push the buy button, because then it gets boring, right? And I'm not interested. We need to find a way to promote without promoting. So that would be, right, stories, your experiences in life or any experiences that somebody else has had, provided you don't give names, obviously, and that lead to, I have this friend who was in real trouble with their website. They gave me a call. I fixed it. I fixed everything. If you want the same thing, click on this button or, click on this link and you can see my tech package. Just an example, right? So we can absolutely share quotes. We can live stream. Yeah, remember? Woo. I know, that's frightening. But still, we are here for that. We are here to make, to run a business from the internet, to make money from the internet, right? So we need to stop hiding. It's an emergency. Stop hiding now. Get out and show your face, So going live is like, it's not, sorry, my English word, the English word is I can't find the word. It's a compulsory thing. We have to go live. And I don't say you have to go live every day. I don't say you have to go live for long, but get used to it. This is how the social media thingy works now. If we don't go live, there's a better chance that we won't be seen. Obviously, you can go stories, both on Facebook and Instagram. You can create videos, vlogs on YouTube, for instance. You can share poems, texts, blog posts. There's so many ways that you can talk about you and your business while on the internet, on the social media. Just try and find a nice balance between all those ways, basically, and the last thing I want to say is, it's not the last thing, but the next thing I want to say, let's put it this way, is please remember the statistics, right? Anything needs to be seen 27 times before the person decides, yeah, I trust that coach, or I trust that whatever. 27 times. And then the same image, so 27 different things, right? And then the same image or the same post needs to be seen 7 times before I take action. That's a statistic, right? Not all doesn't work. It's not a 100%, but that's a statistic. So the first thing that you have to remember is please, please, please reshare the same things. Repeat yourself, right? Repeat yourself. Either for a week, you will repeat the same thing every day. You can repeat it at different times. Or repeat yourself as in every 3 months, you have a 1-week sequence of these posts are going out, talking about this or that part of your business. But definitely, oh, hi, Ronnie. I'm sorry you missed the beginning, but you know, the replay is going to stay on for a long time, so you're welcome to watch it. So please, please, please repeat yourself, right? Do not be afraid of repeating the same post over and over again at different times, or in 3 months, or in 6 months. Actually, this afternoon, I was looking to put in a new quote, which I love. And I didn't want to put it all alone. So I made a sequence, and the sequence actually contains posts that I first posted when I started my online business, which must have been 2015. So the posts are still there. I just archived them. I absolutely, oh, that's another trick that I can give you is keep the posts, right? Copy paste them into a Word document or into an OpenOffice document. Or into a Google document, and share and save them for later. You can just reuse them exactly the same or tweak them. You know, you don't have to be reinventing the wheel every post you create for social media. On the contrary, as I was saying, when people see the same thing 7 times, they kind of start to trust you. When they see it 27 times, they are ready to buy because they now think that you are trustworthy, that you have been there, right, for a while, and that you seem to be staying there. You're not going anywhere, you know, because there are so many flukes on the internet. So many people on social media seem to be so big and then they completely vanish. So, you know, that's the next thing is, one way to get your socials ready for business is to be persistent. Choose something that works for you. That's why I was saying 1, 2 social media platforms, not more, and then stick to it. Stick to it like a mofo. If you say I'm posting once a day, post once a day, but every day. If you're saying I'm going to be posting 3 times a day, post 3 times a day. Don't change your mind. Don't change the posts too much. Just stick to it. That is going to make the difference. Is persistency or consistency. Now, obviously, when I'm telling you that, you kind of start to shrink in your chair and you think, oh my God, how is this going to happen? How can I be sharing posts all the time? And there is no way that I can be creating new posts all the time and spending my days sharing them. So I have a few tricks for you. Trick number 1 is use a design platform that is making it easy for you. If you have been following me, you will find that in December, starting today, as a matter of fact, I have been sharing a calendar, a type of an advent calendar that has free tools to help you out. In there, you will find other ideas. But for today, I'm going to talk about Canva again. So use a nice platform like Canva to create your graphics and save them for later, for another use. If you want to join Canva and you're interested in the paying version, you now have a link in the comments of this masterclass. Now, the other thing is that's going to happen is you might want to get some help on the posting. So with Canva, you have some help on the creating. Yeah, I love my calendar. I'm really excited. What was I saying? I got lost. Yeah, so with Canva, you have some help in the post, in the creation of the post. Now, the content writing around the post should not be too difficult. And then you might need some help sharing the post, because you're not going to spend, if you decide that you're going to be sharing X times a day, you will not maybe be on your phone or your computer X times a day, because you have a life and a business to run, right? So the recommended posting average thingy is around 4 times a day on the 1 or 2 platforms that you actually chose, right? So 4 times a day, it's still a lot. And you can do less, obviously, right? You can choose less. what I'm saying, the recommended is the general idea, right? I know very successful people who post once a day. I know very successful people who post 15 times a day, whatever works for you. 4 times a day seems like a rather reasonable amount, which again should really include various types of posts. So stories, promo, quotes, live streams, whatever. But 4 times a day is a long time. It can be really time consuming. So in that circumstance, you have tools that help you schedule your posting. So there are a few ones. The free one, which is really user-friendly, which I think is in my calendar, is Buffer. It's called Buffer. Now, I personally have a paid for one. So you have a link there. And obviously, all the links that I'm sharing for you, when it's a paying program, are affiliate links. But, you know, it's not more expensive for you. I just make some money of it. And I only recommend tools that I use and that I'm so happy with. I used to be a Buffer fan. I used Buffer for 3-4 years. And at some point I got really annoyed because there's one thing that is difficult in Buffer is the repeating post. And so since I wanted to have repeating posts on precise days, because I had this idea that I was going to have a post per goddess. And so on Monday, it would be Artemis post. And so for some reason, it didn't work that much with Buffer. So I switched to another one called Social Bee. And you have a link to it in the comments, which I love, really. It's so simple. And it will archive your posts and keep them for you. So I don't have to make Google documents anymore. The platform itself will save them. So you can create a schedule with either Buffer or Social Bee. There are other tools that, you know, I can't recommend because I've not tried. Some are paying, some are free. So you can make a schedule and decide what is going to be posted when on which platform. So basically, I do that. I know people who prepare their postings for a month, or you can prepare your posting for a week, or you can just, you know, I have one that runs over a year because I know that this is going to happen. So whatever works for you, again, you know, whichever is good for you. So that will save your life, because if you try to be posting regularly, as in 4 times a day, on 1 or 2 platforms, it will be time consuming. And I want you to remember, now that we've discussed social media for God knows how much time, I want you to remember the one crucial thing. This is not your business, right? None of this belongs to you. It can disappear tomorrow if Mark Zuckerberg has a nervous breakdown, or Mr. Twitter has a nervous breakdown, or Mr. Pinterest, right? So none of this is your business. None of this belongs to you. So none of this should be time consuming in your business, right? It is an entryway for people to find you. It is like a window shop, but it can't be more than that. And so use strategies to spend the less possible time, mostly on repeating things. So that's why I'm really suggesting scheduling. And I know that most algorithms, and I've not discussed algorithms, by the way. Let me just do a little parenthesis about our algorithms. I have no clue. And I think you neither have you, because we're not social media specialists. When my business becomes a huge business, maybe I'll have a social media specialist as one of my employees. And so they can work out the thing. But for now, I don't have a clue. And I decided that I don't care, because I work with energetics, and I'm going to believe, and I invite you to do the same, because I'm working with the assumption that you are a light worker and a spiritual business. And I definitely think that we have to go with the energetics. The energetics is, I'm posting, the person who needs to read it will read it. That's it. because the algorithm thing will drive you crazy, right? They change all the time, because basically what they need for you to do for them to be successful is to buy, right? To buy paid ads. So of course they're going to change the algorithm. As soon as I understand, as that many people understand how it works, they'll change it so that you have to give them money for your post to be seen. So we can either go this route of, oh, they're con artists, they are trying to, you know, the algorithms are always bad for me and I don't understand it. I'm a poor little me. I don't understand anything on social media. Or you can just take a breather and decide, I don't care. I'm going to believe, sorry, that my posts will reach whoever they need to reach. And whatever I decide is going to be what the algorithm will agree with, provided we follow a few rules like, you know, no nudity and things like that, obviously, right? So literally, don't forget that this is not your business, and that you can have many, many followers, many, many likes. This is not money in the bank. These are not customers. These are not happy customers. So it should not be eating up your time. This is just the tip of the iceberg. And it is really important, as we've seen, because, you know, you need to get to be known and to be seen and to become visible so that people know that you exist and get interested in your amazing work. But it can't eat you all your time. That's why really scheduling is, for me, a lifesaver. And again, there is the Facebook algorithm, at least, there's likes, dislikes scheduling, obviously, right? So it will choose individual posting over scheduling. So you can still decide, okay, I'll post once every now and then or once every day manually, so that one of my posts is not ostracized, let's put it this way, by the algorithm. But still, you know, and then some days you won't feel like it. Some days you will have your son's birthday. Some days it will be Halloween. Some days it will be, you'll have your period because, you know, that happens. And you won't feel like posting. And if you have a scheduling device, then you know that there's something going out every day or every other day or every 4 days, whatever your rhythm is, that, you know, you can build on that with your manual posting. And I do recommend manual posting. I actually decided to do once every morning nowadays for a while. I see if I can be consistent enough. And my solution was, okay, I'm going to do no text because I can't get bothered to write every morning because I need my space. So I thought, okay, I'll make a picture I can do. So whatever you do, remember, that's why I really recommend the scheduling. And again, free tool, Buffer, paid tool, but really good one, Social Bee. That would be my recommendation. So yeah, I think I'm going towards the end of this masterclass, but I have some space for a Q&A. So if you have any questions, you're welcome. And then I have a bonus. I have a gift for you. I'm going to give you one of my best ideas that you can use on your business. And that really saved my life so many times. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you what I do with another amazing free tool that is called Trello, which is also on my, on my calendar. So what I do to kind of keep track of all the social media things. So if you're interested to find, so let me see if you have any questions. Is there a best time to post? Oh, that's a good one. Yes, there is, but you don't know it. There is no way, because I don't know where you live, Diana. Welcome, by the way. I don't know where you live, Diana, but I personally live in France. So when I post, you might be asleep, right? And this is going to happen because we're talking global. So yes, there is a best time, but it's also when everybody wants to post, supposedly. And that would be, I don't know, for some people, it's the end of the afternoon, finished working, so they're scrolling. So you'd think that maybe that's a good idea. If I post the end of the afternoon, I've got more chances to be read. But then, first of all, when it's my end of the afternoon, might be the middle of the night for you, right? Because mostly if we work in English, well, we work all over the world, so you never know. I actually realized that one of my lovely ladies who I thought was from England is from Australia. And so she's definitely having many problems watching me live. And I thought, oh, she's never live. She's never making time for me. And then I realized it was 4 a.m. or something like that. And okay, no, she's not making time. She's sleeping, and she's right. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is that if we say it's the end of the afternoon, right, just after work is finished, blah, 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 then everyone wants to post there. And then what happens? Well, when I get to read, I can't read everyone's. So again, there's a good chance that I won't see yours, right? Because I'm not going to be scrolling for 5 hours. If I have, at this minute, I have 4,500 Facebook friends, for instance. So there is no way, if, let's say, only 1,000 of them decide to post at the end of my afternoon, let's say they luckily find the right time, but I'm not going to scroll 1,000 posts a day, am I? Because, hey, that's it. I also have a life, and your clients, your audience also have a life. So no, there isn't no best time to post. And again, I will go with the energetics because I'm this person. And I post on magic times. So 11:11, 12:12, 13:13, 22:22. I post on the magic times, fully believing that this will make my posts more readable, more that they will reach their audience with more ease, joy, and flow. But that's, again, my belief, right? I believe that the intention that we put in life for everything is what changes everything. So my best time to post is if I can find a magic time, which was also, yeah, the intent dictates, exactly. Thanks, Chris. Which was also, for me, that means that, I can't post outside of magic times. That I kind of made up my mind. And so there are that many magic times that I'm okay to post, and then I can't post anymore. Relief. so I sometimes I had to take away posts in order to bring the new ones. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, Diana, although it's kind of yes and no, right? So I'm just waiting a couple of seconds if anyone else has a question, and then I'll show you my present for you. The present is an idea, right? So I've had this idea a few years back, actually, and every time I share it with anyone, they get very excited. So I hope you get excited too. So so Trello, in case you don't know Trello is a tool that is like a board. It organizes boards, and you can have lists and kind of cards on it, and you can move them around. And so it's a good place for storage for me. It's online and it's free. So let me share what I did with a Trello board. So this is a Trello board. This is the Trello board that is mostly open every day on my browser. And it's called Main Links and Branding. And it's got everything. So these are all the links to my calendar. This is my branding palette. So all the colors, the fonts, the various things are all here. So if I click on it, you see the picture that I was showing you earlier on? Well, if it will open, you have the picture, and then are all the colors with all the hexes. So I can copy and paste those anywhere I need them. Now here's another one that I've been working on for another project. Then, sorry, it takes a little time. All my bios, the short ones, the long ones, the first person ones, the third person ones. everything that, you know, at some point I had a different bio for my artist business. So everything is in there. Then I have the socials. So I have all my socials on one place with a short bio. So if I need to give that to someone, I can just copy and paste the whole thing, you know, all the links to each and every social and a short bio. It's ready made, just copy and paste it. Products I'm selling, sorry, sales page, all the sales page of the things I'm selling, so I can find them. Opt-ins, everything, that all the links, all my basic links, hashtags, money, my PayPal, my Ko-fi, some vocabulary that I might be using for my next bios, about page, and so on. The rest is call to action, template emails. Yeah, here's the artist bio, the French bios, because I used to have a French business. This board has been a lifesaver for me. It's like I am done looking for the links to everything all the time. It's just like so easy, so easy. I would recommend doing that. It also, it's so, yeah, so user-friendly. It's so simple. Yeah. So what I have a lot of comments to read, so I'm going to stop talking and read them. Which media channel is most magical, you think? I don't know. It's, for me, it's I like Facebook because we can talk and show images and sound. So it's kind of a 3D experience. Whereas I'm slightly frustrated with Instagram because you can't link, and I always want to link with, I love linking to videos or to music. So that's annoying to me, although I'm a very visual person, so I love Instagram, but I get this frustration. And I am discovering the use I can make of YouTube, as a matter of fact, because I think YouTube is a very powerful platform that I'm not using as much as I could. And then I am thinking of working more with Pinterest, because Pinterest has got this advantage that maybe you haven't realized. People go on Pinterest when they're looking for something, right? People go on Facebook to just relax, basically, you know, and see what's going on. But when I'm looking for something, I will go on Pinterest. If I'm looking for a precise design for a dress, or if I'm looking for a recipe for cookies, or if I'm looking for how to write an email sequence, I will go on Pinterest to look for that. It's either Google, right? With Google, I can't have a Google profile in there. Or it's, of course you can. That's working SEO on your website, which is a completely different subject. I'm not going to go into it. But Pinterest is actually a place where people go when they're looking for something. So yeah, it's a very specific niche market, Chris. But there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of money being made out of Pinterest. Crafts, tech, anything related to hand jobs like cooking, baking, gardening. There's a freaking lot in there, really. And people look at it, people who know, look at it searching for something. So if they're looking, for instance, for how to get your socials ready for business, if I put a pin that literally answers this question, there's a very good chance that they will buy off me if I'm selling a product that is exactly answering their question, right? So let me go back to the comments. So which channel? I don't know. I ended up talking about all of them. Yes, I can tell you that I'm not a Twitter person. First of all, I'm talkative, so it's too short. And then I feel like everybody's screaming and nobody's listening. It's like very obvious to me how much Twitter is a lot of noise. And it's so fast also, which I resent. basically, because it means that you have to repost and post and post and post all the time. And it's very time consuming. So no, I don't like it. But, you know, again, that's me. What else do we have? Oh, I never thought to use Trello that way. I always put my links somewhere place hard to get. Well, Ronnie, you know, I rest my case. Don't choose an easy way for yourself. Easy is better, really. Your Virgo is showing. You must have Virgo somewhere. No, I don't, as a matter of fact. I don't. I'm a Taurus, and Taurus and with Scorpio ascending. But I can be, you know, squarish somewhere. And who's making fun of me for being a Virgo? Ronnie. Maybe I have. I'm not very, very good at astrology, so I don't know where my Virgo is. But yes, my mother is a Virgo, so maybe she educated me that way. So yes, do the Trello board. And if you don't do it on Trello, do it anywhere else. I don't care. But do one place where you have everything. It's such a lifesaver. Then when you go on to create a new sales page for your website or a post and you just need the link, you just go on this board and you grab anything you want, and posts are created so much easier. It's just a lifesaver. So yeah, this is my present to you before Christmas. Voila. So if you have any other questions, you're welcome. If you're complete like this, okay. If you need some, if you need, let me start again. If you're interested in some more, let me talk to you about the amazing program that my bestie Chris Wallace and myself have cooked for you. So we have been talking about it for a while now, and we're really, really excited about this. It has everything to do with what I've been talking about for an hour and a half. It's called Her Enlightened Business Matrix. It is a 6-month container. And we take 12 women, so it's a tiny group, and we help them to grow their business assets, their business foundations, and their business assets, because it includes audience, because we actually end this 6 months together with a summit, like the Women Lighting the Way Summit. It's going to be Women Lighting the Way Edition 2. And so in the process of creating everything that is necessary for this summit, we accompany these women on the road to owning all the aspects of the tech and the mindset around the tech that they need to have an online business, because there are so many of us who know what we are doing, right? We know our business, we know our craft, but how do we make it a social, an online successful business? Well, it so happens that my bestie Chris Wallace and myself, we kind of have a few ideas on how to do that. So we created this program, 6 months container, only 12 women. We kind of want to be in your business, and we're going to go step by step, addressing both the mindset issues, what we call the tech denial. Ooh, I don't want to know about tech, it's too complicated, which makes me laugh because I'm the tech goddess. So, you know, anything you throw at me, I'll answer, I can do that. So we're laughing. And then Chris would say, could be fun. And then we're laughing. But it can be fun and very, very serious, as in we are doing, you know, we actually did that 6 months ago for a group of women that we took to a summit, and their reviews are raving. If you want to know more about their experience, you can follow the link that I just grabbed there, that I just grabbed and put on the comments, and have a whole sales page that explains everything about her and how it works. We have live calls 3 times a month. Yeah. We have we have tutorials, we have Q&As, we have so much for you in there, but in a way that it's really walking with you. It's not throwing the things at you. It's not overwhelming you with tech or with instructions. So it's really, I'm really so proud of this program, I must say. So it's called Her Enlightened Business Matrix. We start on December 21st, or rather 20th, I think. And we take 12 women with us to help them create everything that they need for their online business. And then we launch all that through the summit. And we do all this in a feminine, intuitive way, not in a bro marketing way. So anything that you might need to create your business or to grow your online business, and that's, you know, that's the basic part. So something like helping you with your socials, well, you guessed it, this masterclass is now going to be one of the bonuses that goes into the program. Then we have, I don't know if we're going to be talking about how to create a talk that is your basic presentation talk, that is everything about your story, because your story is your business. That's what we believe. We will be helping you create freebie. We will be helping you create, I'm trying to find the list on the page myself, because I don't remember, there's so much in there. So let me try and read my own text, you know, my own content. Yeah. So coherent social media presence. We will create a basic passive income product so that you know how to start making money even before your business, your online business is completely done. How to record a meditation, post it, make money out of it. How to create a video intro for your service or product. How to record a masterclass, a webinar, and promote it. How to introduce yourself online and off, or the elevator speech stuff. What to talk about on social media. How to record a podcast episode. How to create a podcast. How to create a video and share it online. Digital productivity, branding, email provider, installation, automations, funnels, and all this, you know, weird words that you hear. Create your talk, as I was saying, for your summit. Freebies, whether it's PDF, audio, meditation, quiz. Create your offer for the summit so that you actually come out of these 6 months with the possibility to help, to have an offer that people can actually buy into, and how to write a blog post, video editing, even some basic website tools and skills. Create a giveaway, because in the summit you will be asked to provide a giveaway. So we'll help you devise and create this giveaway, and then do all things regarding the promotion of the summit. So going live, writing blog posts around the summit, and so on. So basically it's huge. That's why it takes six months, right? And Chris just posted monthly module with monthly tech call, monthly mindset call, monthly Q&A, plus a Facebook group, a dedicated platform, so you can not only have both Chris and myself available, but also the other women traveling this road with you. So yeah, this is it. This is Her. If you want to know more, the link is now in there, and you cannot buy this program. This is a program that you apply to, because we need these 12 women that are going to be traveling with us, maybe 11 now, because there's one that is on the fence. We need these 12 women to be really coherent as a group, and to be able to work together. So, and to be willing each individually to do the work, because this is not some program that you can just buy and leave on your computer and believe that it's going to work. Right? This is a hands-on thing that is really getting you to a completely different place than you are now. If you're talking about being an online business person, women, but you don't see it, You know, you're talking about it, it's in your head, but literally it doesn't bring, there is nothing showing for it, including money. Well, this is it. This is the program for you guys. This is, I'm so proud of this. There is so much in there and so much fun to be had because we do it together. And we do visibility, we do stepping up, we own more and more every day. And we help you, we help you go to the place where you can say, I am an online businesswoman. I am a successful online businesswoman. I have an audience. I make money off the internet. So voila. And yeah, if you want to know more, just click on the link that I shared up there and enjoy. Enjoy the reading. If you still want to know more, just you can DM me or Chris or apply, and we have a nice conversation. And if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, it's not for you. You know, we can just have a chat. Oh yeah, no, the one thing that I did not say, which I usually I do, is the price. But I'm not ashamed of the price. So I'm going to tell you, for this amazing 6-month matrix container, we have an investment of $2,997, so $2,997. There is possibility to pay in installments. There's a payment plan. There's also possibility to have a VIP version, which includes 6 hours of one-to-one coaching with either Chris or myself, or a mix and match situation. Voila, now you know everything. I saw that, so if you have any questions right now, I'm still here for a few minutes. And Ronnie asked a question earlier on that had nothing to do with her, but I'm still going to answer it. How do you grab a live link to share it out? I click on it. You click on it so that it opens the page. So if you're on Zoom, it works wonders. If you're here, the same. You click on the link, it opens the page. Then you grab the link from the bar up there, from the Google bar. And then you can copy and paste it. Simple. Simple. Way easier than trying to copy and paste the link from a live somewhere. Just click on it, open it in new page, grab the link in the bar. Voila. Any other questions? I'm open to. Yeah, this is really easy for me. And again, you know, I've recently realized that all the tech thing is easy for me, and it's not for everyone. So that's why I'm here to help. That's why I have now, I'm stepping into the tech goddess role more and more. So voila. If you have any other questions as far as socials are concerned, or her, you can ask me in the comments. If you're watching this on the replay, I'd recommend DMing me. That would be very fast, very much faster, or hashtag me a replay. So, sorry. So I can answer you. My gosh, it's been 90 minutes. Oh, I thought I didn't have that much to share. Sorry, making myself laugh here. Voila. So I'm really happy to have talked about these subjects, which are not very common for me, or were not very common for me. I'm really grateful for your presence, whether live or on the replay. Oh, thank you, Ronnie. That's a great program with good price. I'll try to tell people about it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hopefully the 12 ladies that are destined to come and join us will find their way into this program. I'm more and more convinced that this is how it works. You know, we create the containers like we did for your socials earlier on. We create the atmosphere and the branding and the repeated posts, so that there is this lighthouse that is you, and then people will find you because you've created enough light, basically, to attract other people that love this particular flavor of light that you are diffusing into the world. And whether you decide to join us in her or not, I know that I'm talking to people who have or will have online or offline successful businesses. And it's light that the world needs now. So please, 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 whatever you do, please shine your light, because the world needs more and more of that. Okay, let me not get emotional. Yes, time flies when you're having fun. Absolutely, Chris. I will, for now, love you and leave you. This masterclass will remain available in the group, and I will share it into some other places in the next few days or weeks, hoping that it will help out that many women who are confused with the social media thingy. Right. Thank you very, very much. Bye for now.